Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about how I stay consistent with my workouts even when I don't want to. Okay, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love the gym. I love weightlifting. I'm so happy that I have this newfound lifestyle of wellness, eating healthy, exercising, but I would be lying to you if I didn't tell you there are a lot of days where I don't feel like going, okay? And that's gonna happen. You're not always gonna be motivated to do something. Even though you should be doing it and that action aligns with the person who you're becoming, you're not always going to be motivated. And that's why you rely on discipline, showing up despite how you feel, okay? But how do I keep motivation alive even when I don't feel like going to the gym? If you are new to the channel, you guys, I've lost over 100 pounds by changing the way I eat and exercising. I lost 100 pounds within 18 months, and I just recently lost another 20 pounds about 2 months ago. And so here we are at 120 pounds down. Okay, so what I do is I just go through the motions. I'm not even gonna lie to you. My discipline has become so locked in throughout my weight loss journey that I just go through the motions. A lot of times I'm driving to the gym, I don't even feel like going to the gym. Like I have no motivation. I might be tired. I might be just like out of it. Maybe I got other things on my mind, but I still go to the gym. Okay, and I just go through the motions. I say to myself, okay, I set my Apple Watch and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna do 45 minutes. Just get whatever you can get done in 45 minutes. If that means you're gonna sit at this leg extension machine for 20 minutes and it's gonna take you 20 minutes to knock out 3 sets, and that's what you're just gonna do. And then we're gonna float over to the cables and we're gonna do a couple of lat pullovers. I literally just talk to myself like that. Let's just see how many reps we can get in 10 minutes, okay? And then we'll bounce over to the dumbbells and we'll, hit a couple of bicep curls real quick. And I could have the sluggish workout ever. I could be scrolling on my phone half the time. But I convinced myself if we just get through one exercise, then we're good. And the crazy part about that, once I get through one exercise, I'm like, well, I can hit triceps real quick. I'll go over triceps. Well, since we're here, let's just go ahead and do a couple of belt squats real quick. Since we're right here in the vicinity, we might as well, right? And that's literally how I talk to myself when I don't feel like going. But the hardest part is actually getting there and then getting out the car. Okay, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I have driven to the gym. I have sat in that parking lot and then I go back home, okay? The hardest part is driving there and then getting out of the car and actually walking in the gym. Once you're in the gym, it's smooth sailing from there. I cannot make this up. And just start talking to yourself like that. Just convince yourself like, okay, 45 minutes, listen to your audiobook, listen to your podcast, listen to this music, just float through the motions. Just go through it even though you don't really want to be there. I'll even say I'm not even going to do my heaviest. Like we're going to do half of the weight. Let's just do it so that we can say we did it, right? That's how I talk to myself. But the only reason why I got so disciplined on my journey is because of the fact that I lost so much weight. It takes a lot of discipline development to lose weight, especially if you're doing it the right way. You're changing the way you eat and you're exercising, because a lot of people love to do these crash diets where they just starve themselves for 2 days, then they overeat and then they get even bigger, right? A lot of people, they're doing this Ozempic and stuff like that, and there's no shade, but a lot of people that I know personally who have done Ozempic, they did not change the way they ate. And literally once they got off Ozempic, they went right back to their old ways. I can't make this up. And some of y'all are going to be in the comments, why does it matter how someone loses the weight? No one's saying it matters if you're not changing your life with it. Like, you guys, some of these things that people are doing, they're not changing their life. They're just putting a Band-Aid over the problem. But once the Band-Aid comes off, right? So once you have to stop taking Ozempic because you can't take that forever, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because you're still going to start overeating again because you never really learned what was healthy in the first place. You never really learned that you can't go Chick-fil-A every day. You never really learned that you can't be drinking soda every day, right? Most people don't learn those things. They still drinking the soda. They still going to fast food. The only thing that the Ozempic did was just lessen how much food they can eat because it decreased their appetite. But best believe, once they get off that shit and they can start overeating again, that slowly comes back into place. Don't sit here and act like it don't. You might know one out of however many. But that's not most people's story, and we know this. But people still gonna comment and talk their ish. Let them talk. At the end of the day, if you do it the right way, right? Even if you do gastric bypass, it doesn't matter because they're still gonna make you lose some weight on your own before they put you under the tape, under the knife, right? They still gonna make you prove to them that you can lose weight. There's nothing wrong with that because now you have to be in the trenches. You have to stop eating so much. You have to exercise. That's totally different, right? So that's good. But what I'm saying is you develop so much discipline through weight loss because showing up even when the scale don't move, showing up even when you don't feel like it, showing up even when you're stressed out, you're frustrated, and you still show up every day, that's where that discipline is developed. And that's what's going to carry you through the days where you have no motivation, right? And because I have developed so much discipline on those days where I say I'm just dragging through, just going through the motions, the fact that I even walked in the gym, even though I mentally wasn't there, shows how much discipline I have. I'm not going off of motivation because I just told you, some days I'm not motivated at all, but I still go because I'm disciplined. So if you're struggling, first of all, I want you guys to understand motivation doesn't even exist. That's just a figment of your imagination. Maybe somebody said something philosophical to you on a particular day and you resonated with it in the moment, but best believe in a couple of hours that motivation go right up out the window and you back feeling how you was feeling before. Motivation does not last. You have to be disciplined, and the only way you're going to be disciplined is if you stick with something for a prolonged period of time, even if you're not getting the results that you want, because you know that if you just keep doing it, eventually, you don't know when that day comes, but eventually you will see the results that you want. Delaying gratification, which most people cannot do, which is why so many people do these fad diets. Let me go on this water fast for 7 days so I can lose 60 pounds in a week. What the freak are you even talking about right now? But people do it. People do it because they refuse to just stick with something every day. They refuse. The only thing they sticking with is social media. The only thing they sticking with is that number one at McDonald's. That's the only thing they're willing to stick to. Everything else, cancel Christmas. Cancel Christmas. It's not going to be easy. It is not. Nowhere on this channel have you ever heard me use the word easy. I told you guys weight loss is by far the hardest thing I ever did in my whole life. I could not make this up. And I've done a lot of hard things. But through weight loss, I learned discipline. I learned how to show up even when I don't feel like it. I learned how to show up even when I didn't care no more. I learned how to not give up on myself even when the scale won't move. I learned. And because I learned that shit takes time, I'm willing to just suck it up, go through the motions, and just do it. Because I know that if I just keep doing it, eventually, someday, I'll get the results that I wanted. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, do you resonate with this video? Are you lacking motivation? If so, what are you going to do about it? Let's develop some discipline. Y'all hear me talk about Glow Up Academy every single day, and you have yet to join. Why? Because you think in your head that you can do it by yourself, but you have still proven that you can't. Because if you could, you would. You do not have to struggle by yourself. Lock in, join Glow Up Academy, get the meal plans, get the workouts. Let's talk about what you're struggling with. I'm active. I talk to all of my members in there. I'm only one message away. Stop struggling by yourself, okay? Let's come up with a solution for you so you can finally get the results that you wanted. Let's learn how to become disciplined. Let's learn how to become accountable. Let's learn how to become consistent so you can finally lose that weight. You can start that business. You can build the platforms. Whatever your goals are, I can help you, all within Glow Up Academy. The link is down below in my description. I'll see you in there. Bye, guys.